This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Welcome everybody to the August Commission on Disability meeting. We're gonna start. I don't see anybody here for public speak. And we're waiting for Jeff Brown is coming online. He said he had a bad connection. Who are we missing? Missing Louise.
That's right.
Haven't heard from her yet.
And we're missing the Riverside crew, but you said they would be on
Right.
soon.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna jump right into it. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah, I'm Ryan Murphy. I work with the police department. And I was asked to come and speak about the Blue Envelope program. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it at all or not, but
Not really, just Stan said a few words about
Okay.
it, so.
well, so I brought some for you guys to look at if you're so interested. If you want to share, pass them down. So it was an initiative. I'm not sure where it started, whether it was with the state police or the Mass Chiefs, but it's an initiative that is supposed to try and help people who are on the autism spectrum in their interactions with police officers, specifically on traffic stops. So there's on one side, there's instructions for the police officer. On the other side, there's instructions for the driver with emergency contact information. And the idea is that the driver can have a lot of their information pre-staged in these envelopes. And then in the event of a traffic stop, they can hand over the envelope directly to the police officer. And then if the police officer is not familiar with the program, there's instructions right on the envelope for the police officer to be able to follow. And the idea behind it is just to kind of help, just kind of help navigate what is already a stressful situation, and potentially could be more stressful for somebody who's on the spectrum with the lights and the added noise and everything that goes along with that. So, yeah, state police have them. A lot of municipalities have them. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I know that there is a lot in the Pioneer Valley, a lot of police departments that have signed on to kind of work on this initiative with the state police. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions on any of that?
Do you know why it's just for that one diagnosis? This seems like a good idea for a lot of things.
No, I don't. I mean, I think that I don't have a good answer, honestly, for that. Somebody saw the need and thought that this was a good idea, and maybe it stemmed from somebody, with autism that had a run-in and had a family member that said, hey, I think there's a better way to do this. But yeah, I mean, something like this could certainly be used for anything, really, any traffic stop.
Did Jeff come in? Because I feel like they were missing information. Did he try?
I have not heard any pings.
Surprised that autistic people can get a driver's license.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's.
Why do you say that?
Well, I work with adult autistic men.
Yeah.
And it's really, and there's houses that are built for them or bought for them. So they live congregate, like 4 to a house or something. And first of all, they're nonverbal, and their only way that they can communicate by voices with what would.
So you have, on the spectrum, you have
Yeah.
people that are aware, so that, but then there's the rest of the spectrum.
They basically communicate by screaming. Okay,
Right.
which would appear screaming to us or to the police
Right.
officer.
So maybe maybe because they're on that end of the spectrum, maybe they can't.
Well,
But
that's
like,
what, that's
yeah.
what.
I would also say, so my 21-year-old daughter, well, child, is autistic.
Mhm.
She does not have an accompanying intellectual disability.
Right.
So,
Right.
in her case, in their case, they had no trouble getting a driver's license. And graduated from college and works a full-time job, so, it doesn't always come together.
So the spectrum is as a spectrum.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we had a person that was trying to join named Rocky, and they had some trouble with the police, because they got pulled over and there was, I don't know. I don't know the whole, but yeah, they had degrees. They had like a master's degree and
Yeah,
could
some-
drive fine, but then, right, and interacting with the police, they just lost, they had a hard time.
Yeah.
So,
there's one guy that's not too far from us, that's a professor.
Yeah.
It's on the spectrum. I have a child in my family that's, finally they figured out that he knew how to spell, and he's communicating by spelling, not by.
yes, yeah.
So,
Okay, so they get pulled over, they give you this. I mean, everybody's trained on that in Easthampton.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not gonna say, what is this?
well, so these are available in dispatch.
Yeah.
So our dispatchers are aware of them and to give them out to the public if, they come in and request them. Emails and videos have been sent out to our police officers, to get them acquainted with the program. So, I can't say that 100% of each person has watched the entirety of all of those videos and
Right.
read the entirety of all of those emails. However, the supervisors I know have been spoken to directly about this. And so at the very least, the person who's on the road and in charge of the shift would know. So even if a police officer maybe forgot or didn't read the entire email,
Right,
and they're like, hey, Sarge, I have this person handing me an envelope. I don't know what to do with it. There's
Right.
instructions. The boss on the road knows what to do with it. And on the inside is a license and registration, which we're pretty well versed with.
right.
So,
Do you have any questions?
I can't think of anything.
Dan?
The only thing I would add to that is that just to take some of the burden off our local police department for people coming in and bothering them to get these blue envelopes, they can log into the state police barracks up in Northampton and request them online, and they'll be mailed to their house. I did that myself.
Great. Still no Jeff, huh?
Yeah,
Um,
do you have the correct link?
yeah, he just said it was a connection issue.
Got it.
Do you guys have any questions?
I don't.
Okay, thank you so
yeah,
much. I
absolutely.
appreciate
I'll leave
it.
these with you too. And if any of your other members, you
Wanna
can
take
share
a look.
these, or we have a stack of them in dispatch too. So
Great,
if you need me to run some more over, or you guys want to come over and grab them, feel free.
okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
So, okay, let's see.
I've just admitted to Chef.
Hi,
Hello.
is Bryce not here today?
Bryce is here. I'm about to flip the,
Oh, okay,
we're in a different, we're in my classroom because they moved around the conference room to a place where the projector doesn't work and the internet's bad. So, so we just came back and got, at least the desktop screen in my room is bigger than that little laptop screen that I was using over there. So
hi.
I think that's everybody.
Great, so we're just still missing Luis, that's all, right? Okay. So do you want to share? Just remind everybody who you are.
Yes, so I'm Leslie Kane, and I was just officially elected to this board. So I'm very happy to join, and thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Great. Do you have any questions for us about anything?
I don't.
So the next thing on our list is just minutes approval. So, we have a quorum, right? Yes, because.
Yeah.
So if everybody's okay with the minutes, can you just say aye? Great. So no objections? Okay. On to the next thing. So, City Councilor Gomez was supposed to come, or City Councilor Zaret, to talk about the accessibility ordinance update, but somehow they're not able to make it again today. So we're gonna skip over that one. And then Meg was gonna come again to talk about the accessible trails thing, but you don't know anything more about it, right? Because I know it got rejected or.
Yeah, they took it out so they wouldn't lose it. If they left it where it was, it would be buried.
Where was it?
I don't know if it even came out of committee, but if they didn't do something like withdraw it, they would
Yeah.
have to start all over again.
Oh,
So they knew that it wasn't going to come to a vote, so they did whatever mechanics they had to do to save it, and so it's retired and for the next session.
okay. Do you know when that is? Is it like a year?
Oh, yeah, everybody's on vacation and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So it's not like,
And I don't know the official dates when they start up again, but
got it.
it's a cushy job they have, you know. So, anyway, so it's not dead, but it's asleep.
Right. Got it. Sleeping.
Got Stan with hand raised.
Yes, does that withdrawal affect the grant that was given to Easthampton to improve our own rail trail and provide some handicapped access additions?
Doubt it. I don't know that, Stan,
Okay,
but I would doubt that mechanism is in jeopardy.
okay. We could check with Barb on that. She's the administrator of that grant.
I think she's on vacation right now.
Oh, okay. Good for her.
I got some pretty pictures of her camping in the Adirondacks yesterday, so I'm not sure she's here.
Okay.
Is there anything more you want to add or no?
10 times 0 is 0.
Got it. Did anybody apply for your little ZBA or people or anything?
Yes, we just got, we've had 2 new appointees. We've had a,
Look at that.
Joshua Rosenblatt, who just got appointed a couple weeks ago
Okay.
as a full member. And then we have just as appointed yesterday, Maxwell, I don't know what his last name is, Swisher, I think it is, Maxwell Swisher.
Okay.
So there's still one more opening.
Look at
So
you go though.
we're getting them. I had nothing to do with
Oh,
those,
okay.
but we did get them appointed. So, yes, we are almost back up to full strength on CBA.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Stan, so what I decided to do, if everybody's okay with it, is because Stan has always had little fun bits of information. So I wanted him to do like a current events update every meeting. So do you want to share some things?
I wasn't prepared for it, so I don't have anything at my fingertips. I've been forwarding things that I feel are relevant to you as they come in to my internet feed. So I don't have anything right now.
All right, let me look what you sent me and then maybe you can expand. So it was So the Attorney General signed some
right? Was that for disabled veterans?
improve access to medical care for people with disabilities?
Yep, that was the one.
Right. Do you remember what it said? Do you wanna,
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
That's not my
Okay.
head.
And okay. And then the police that are expanding care to veterans. That's what you sent me? Mass police departments are expanding care to veterans. Do you remember that one or not right this second?
I remember sending that. I don't remember the details of it,
Okay, all right.
partly because I'm not a veteran.
Okay. So because we don't, it'll be a shorter meeting today because we don't have our, couple of our speakers again, so let's see. Jeff Brown,
Hi.
is there anything that you want to add? Because I know you guys don't get to talk a lot over there because you're not in the room. So is there anything you want to discuss?
What did you want to add? So,
Okay, what, I mean, what's the name?
traffic,
Traffic light. And, what's that?
traffic light near comic book store.
Right, when they're comic book store.
So the one up Cottage Street, David was expressing the opinion today that, it should be, instead of a flashy thing, it should be a traffic light.
Right.
Do you want to go on? Why do you think that's the
Because
case,
you,
David?
because you, so the car can stop.
Yeah,
And, you know,
you're afraid the cars won't stop.
right,
Right where it is.
yeah.
It's valid. There's historical precedent that that's been a problem.
That's- Where's the comic book store? What's on either side of it?
It's right.
The Indie?
So
Down the
up
street
on Cottage Street, it's
on the right.
across from the Cottage Square condominium.
Nebraska.
And yeah, it's before the Nebraska. The comic book store is across from Nebraska. It's like Water's Fine is kind of on one end of the crosswalk or Platypus, and then the Cottage Square condominiums are on the other.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it would be primarily at this point, I think that would be once the new crosswalk up the street is in place. I think that particular crosswalk is going to be more for Cottage Square residents, because there's already going to be one right at the traffic light, going that way.
Right.
So I don't know. So David's concerned that those flashy things don't stop traffic, and obviously should. And I do see that, especially for slower walkers.
Right.
Would you have anything you want to add before I?
Well, I'm going to see if we can get someone from the theater pop in to talk about that too.
Police department to talk about.
I love this.
About
Yes.
I don't think the police have anything to do with that.
I mean, why don't we call it?
DPW?
Yeah, PW. If we can come to speak about this, so we
The
can,
traffic
so we
lights.
can, like, so we can. So,
No, I don't. I agree with, I think there needs to be more engagement with the traffic lights and stuff in general. I don't necessarily share David's opinion about that particular light, but I mean, so I'm looking now, it seems like the new traffic signals are all taking, they're taking shape. The lines are now repainted. Number one, even though it's, they moved the traffic, the white lines, the crosswalks to be in line with the traffic signals. I couldn't picture someone who used a mobility device getting from the traffic signal to the beginning of the crosswalk if it changed right away. It's just very, very fast, the signaling, the walk signal. Also, the auditory cues about when it's time to walk and stop are barely audible unless you're right directly next to the traffic signal. So if you just don't know how much time is left on, if you're unable to see the signal, you have no idea how much time is left to cross. And I could see that being a real safety hazard for folks with visual impairments.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, they had it right. They have it right. The crosswalk near Antonio's. That's it's a loud enough cue that everybody understands when to start, when to stop, and they just decided to get this money and implement a worse system. That's disturbing. All right, that's it.
Okay. And so have you guys written to the DPW? That's the office right there, right? Eli, is that the office where the DPW is?
Yes, that's the DPW over there.
Oh,
Yeah, because I've seen them in there. Is that who they would make a complaint to?
That would be the first stop would be DPW.
Have you done that, Jeff?
Well, when I brought it up here, they say wait till the end of the construction, and right now everything's in control. In the hands of the state that's administering the construction project, right? I mean that's the impression I get from these meetings, though. Right.
Okay. Well, you can still write if you feel like it.
All right.
And it's documented.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to bring in under new business? Yes.
What if you wanted to make it sound like be all done, we need to know when that can be done.
Oh, I couldn't hear what he said.
When are the sidewalks going to be done?
Right,
No idea. Do you have any?
I do not. It would be a question for either city engineering or again DPW for that timeline.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce, do you have anything under new business? Do you? No, okay. So again, we are still recruiting new members. I think that might be 3 openings left. Well, Louise, I'm surprised she's not here. She said she got somebody to apply, so I was hoping she would tell us more, or maybe that person would have come today, but guess not. Okay. The only other things is, do you guys have any future speaker requests? Any of you? Is there an agency you're hoping that could come and talk, or anybody here at the table?
Stan's got his hand up.
Go ahead.
might we, after her vacation, might we ask Barb to come and go over the details of what we can and cannot do about improvements for handicap access to the rail trail?
Okay. I'll ask her. Anybody else? No? Okay. And then, still thinking about ideas if we want to do anything, and it might be too difficult for, I don't know. I know Northampton just had a disability fair. It was online. I didn't get to make it to it. I was going to, and then I didn't feel well. So, if we want to do anything of that nature, whether online or in person, and if you guys have ideas for it, did you go or any part?
I didn't go, but I had been hoping that the organization that I work for would have been part of it, but we didn't get enough time.
What is it again?
The organization I work for Pathlight.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Some of our programs are Whole Children and Milestones,
Okay,
which David is actually a participant
right.
of that. And Whole Children and Milestones are in Northampton.
Oh, they moved? Were they in
Yeah,
Hadley for
they were
many
in Hadley.
years?
Yes.
Okay.
And Autism Connection also, and Family Empowerment, they're all.
Maybe we could have past like
Yeah,
and then, I mean, would they send somebody else or they make you do it?
it might be me.
Okay.
I'm the communications manager, so.
Got
Might be
it.
me, but it's depending on what you wanted to hear about, it could be somebody else.
Well, it would be like a brief 10-minute like overview of anything.
Yeah, we have a variety of programs, from birth through end of life.
Got it.
So it depends, what people are looking for, but I could certainly get someone to come in or do it myself.
Nice. All right. So, unless somebody has something else they want to discuss, we're gonna adjourn the meeting because we're missing a couple people. So, nothing more?
No.
Okay. All right. So, thank you all for coming. Meeting adjourned.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.